Hi everyone, we want to thank you for attending the presentation regarding this great international project opportunity. In the ensuing presentation, we will be discussing the benefits of spearheading this project in Afghanistan that will not only further our business, but also help the people of Afghanistan have greater connectivity throughout the country. Our company is called Vision, and we hope you enjoy the presentation. Currently in Afghanistan, there's a very large demand concerning the construction of new telecom towers across the country. The previous two companies in Afghanistan were unable to put up as many towers as needed for various reasons and could not meet the demand. This is the perfect time for Vision to formulate a project that will enable us to break into the market, toss up new needed towers, and gain a big footprint in the Afghan market, bringing to Afghanistan quality, reliability service that spans through the whole country, bringing people closer together. Because it's such a large project, it's going to take us 2 years from start to finish. We will be building 450 GSM towers across Afghanistan, costing us $100 million US. Although the $100 million price tag, it seems very expensive, but what we will be receiving in return far outweighs the sum and proves to be an extremely lucrative opportunity. Due to the magnitude of this amount of work, our stakeholders span 5 countries and will need to be communicated to effectively. The opportunities arising out of this project pose a great upside. We stand to gain a 20% market share in the country, which will add to our yearly profits massively. In addition to gaining market share, by having our company secure itself in the Afghan telecom market, it could lead to future business not only in Afghanistan, but other surrounding countries in that region. And once we complete the project and everything is up and running, there's a very likely chance that we are going to obtain further business when other companies and countries have seen the quality of the project that we executed. Another great opportunity arising out of this project is those obtained by the people of Afghanistan. Having a telecom network that spans the entire country will benefit people immensely. It's going to bring people from more remote areas closer, in turn providing more opportunity for the flow of business and trade that can be taken advantage of. This project will provide a lot of direct jobs in Afghanistan to trades workers and servicemen alike. It will also provide a lot of contract jobs regarding the servicing that will be needed for many years to come. Our major milestones are as follows. The first 3 are ones that could take longer than expected, which we factored into our critical chain in our schedule. The obtaining of permits, a business license, and mobilization of the project team in South Africa, and hiring local experts are the most important steps to be taken prior to beginning the survey and construction of the towers. After these 4 steps have been completed, by the time the shovels hit the dirt and the construction crews will be putting up the towers, we're planning on having 200 towers built during the first year of the project and 250 towers built during the second year. By May 1st, 2020, we plan to have a total of 450 GSM towers built across Afghanistan. Assumptions to take into consideration about the project. It's safe to assume that the local communities and the Afghan government will support the project due to the very positive nature that our work is going to bring within the country. While it's also a constraint, it's safe to assume that a security threat is very real and must be mitigated. We will need to account for this with the help of the government, engaging local communities, and hiring a security team that will aid us in the safe construction of these towers. As you can see on our world map, our 5 major stakeholders are located in very different geographical regions for the most part. Our major stakeholders, as you can see off of the previous map shown, the first being Josh. He's our representative of Vision from South Africa. Our German contact, Haroon, is the producer of technical parts for towers. Parth, our Pakistani contact, is the producer of metal frames for construction of towers. Our quality inspection and port authority in the UAE is Leland. Rafiq is our Afghanistan contact, and he will be the site contact for the construction of towers. Two of our three external stakeholders are very positive and supportive. However, a third one is a stakeholder that we must plan for very accordingly due to the fact that they're not going to want the project to go ahead. And in the event that they do that, we have planned for in our risk mitigation plan. Constraints. Because of the fact that Afghanistan is a landlocked country, this requires more planning concerning the logistics of importing materials into the country and had to be planned for accordingly. One of the main reasons this project encompasses 5 stakeholders is because logistically the goods and materials needed had to be shipped from multiple locations. For example, German telecom equipment will be shipped to the UAE for quality inspection. Following this, the equipment is sent to the port of Karachi in Pakistan, which is then brought up by freight forwarders to Afghanistan. Because of this, the supply chain monitoring will be key to the smooth flow of transporting goods and keeping the project on schedule. Constraints continued. Other constraints which may affect the project execution include the following: unpredictable of security, changing weather patterns, stakeholder engagement, delays in permit acquisition, political instability, language and cultural barriers, the shipping delays due to Afghanistan being a landlocked country, lost or damaged materials in transit, corruption, land acquisition, insurgent activities posed by the anti-government elements, lack of continuous electricity supply. Risk mitigation. As mentioned previously in our external stakeholders slide, insurgent activities against the government will likely see the towers as prime infrastructure targets for attack. In order to mitigate this risk, project construction activities and installation of equipment will be coordinated with local Afghan authorities. In the meantime, the benefits of the project will be heavily promoted among local people so that they can provide a necessary support to the project. They will be involved in project planning and execution to increase their project ownership. Weather mitigation. We need to capitalize on cool days in the summer and warm days in the winter. The season tends towards extremes and as a result make working conditions much harder when not properly accounted for. Language and cultural mitigation. The success of the project will be highly dependent on the hiring of local Afghan experts who will be tested for their English language abilities and whether they have knowledge of the local customs, areas, and how local governments work. In conclusion, we plan on constructing and commissioning 450 GSM wireless towers across Afghanistan over the course of 2 years at an estimated cost of $100 million US. We're going to establish a presence in Afghanistan for future infrastructure and telecom projects while increasing our market share by 20%. Benefit from a lucrative business opportunity that must be captured now to facilitate the entry of Vision Telecom into not only the Afghan market, but further our business in the region. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed the presentation.